This week on Behind the Studs on the Road. Here we are in beautiful Madison, Connecticut, a shoreline community established in 1641 with a population of around 20 grand.
It was named after James Madison, who was our fourth president of the United States.
The town is located on the southeast shore and is also known for Hammonasset State Park,
a very popular overnight camping and beach getaway during the summer months.
But you know, Madison, just like every other town in the U.S., has something in common and deals with a hidden danger.
And that is mosquitoes and ticks.
And don't forget the fleas.
These pesky, annoying, and frightful insects can also bring disease, chronic illness, and could even lead to death.
And it is believed that the ticks originated in the nearby town of Old Lyme, Connecticut. And the controversy is that they escaped from a nearby government-owned Plum Island as an experiment.
This is now known as Lyme disease that has spread around the country.
And on top of that, a list of diseases from those annoying, buzzing, flying insects, mosquitoes.
Yup, that's why we have
Mosquito Joe.
Here on Behind the Studs, on the road, it is this woman, Renee Perdue, owner and proprietor of Mosquito Joe Shoreline East, who protects the homeowner from these nasty pests.
You know, the first thing people ask me, Mosquito Joe, what do you guys do? And so what we do is we make outside fun again, right? And that's the bottom line.
We met up with Renee at her office, and she showed us the operation on how all this works in battling these little annoying pests.
I need valid and reliable information.
Right.
What can I do about this?
Right.
And so as I started to educate myself, what I realized is the type of service that I wanted for our family, I didn't have access to. And so that's how we've come to offer this service.
They cover everything from A to Z when it comes to your property, from maps, geography, weather.
Yes, it all plays a part in treating the property around your house.
So we figured we would take a ride with Renee to a home that is receiving its monthly dose of killer cocktail to keep these annoying insects under control.
It all looks pretty normal, right? Until you see her training and that detective style work on where they can hide and go undetected until you start slapping.
One thing that's a little bit different about Mosquito Joe and the work that we do is we're going to custom treat. And so we've got about 24 products in our suite.
The van is packed to the nines with everything they need to treat the area from water to natural biodegradable products in combating the annoying unwanted pests.
Trucks, and then of course safety materials like flush kits and fire extinguishers.
What's a flush kit? What's the flush kit for?
It's in like an eye wash flush kit, so if any
okay.
of the products happen to splash. Now, they're not going to splash because we'll have our PPE on, right? And so that
Explain to what's a PPE?
Yes, PPE, so personal protective equipment.
There you
so
go.
We've got a whole bag of that.
PPE.
What's in there? There is a lot entailed in fighting these annoying insects. You need the right gear and the right attitude.
Some of our trucks have the water tanks, and they are filled with fresh water. And so you see that the tank, this is a 180-gallon tank. If you've ever driven a vehicle with a large water tank in it, when it's full, it's a different situation than when it's empty. And so that's a huge part of our training as well, is just truck safety and maintenance. There are some trouble spots, and so we'll walk around and take a look at some of those trouble spots.
Good.
But it's based on temperatures, and because
Sure.
it's been such a mild winter, and because it's been such a wet winter, we've got these guys breeding already. The eggs haven't died off, and they're starting to hatch already.
Well, did you know that tick eggs can last up to 10 years?
That's insane.
Yep. And we now have a new and badass Rambo tick, which is the Asian longhorn tick that can survive even through the winter.
So it was first found in the United States in 2017, but we've got it here now in the state of Connecticut. So we always do a thorough walkthrough. What we don't want to do is start a service and then be surprised that someone's actually in the yard, which is why they didn't answer the front door. And so we're doing that, but at the same time we're looking for sources, and so folks have all sorts of really cool things in their yards. This is a good one because it is covered, and so the chances of there being water under there are slim, and it actually doesn't come up, so I'm not going to disrupt that. But believe it or not, stumps like this can become a source, and so what you see is that there's not just leaf debris in here, but it's also rotting in a certain way, and with the rain that's coming this weekend, could very easily become a source for mosquitoes to breed. In a tree stump. What?
She really is a good detective in fighting these bad guys.
I didn't do a bad job myself.
Like right here.
Yeah.
Here's a good one right here.
Exactly.
That is mosquito condominium. Right? Look at that.
It's exactly
Like
the
a
kind
spa.
of thing that we're looking for.
Aunts and uncles are in there. And everything.
Yeah. Nice job, Columbo.
Very often we'll hear from clients, we go to sit outside and then I'm getting eaten alive, right? And that's because of a particular breed or species of mosquito, and they love to like hang out and breed under the deck.
It's amazing to know that the CDC has determined that there are over 200 types of mosquitoes in the continental United States.
Yeah, but only 12 spread germs that can get you sick.
There are different breeds of mosquitoes, right? And so that's a really
Okay,
important
which I did
thing.
not know.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
So it's really important to understand that.
Okay.
And we have over 40 different breeds of mosquitoes
Wow.
confirmed here in our state of Connecticut.
No kidding.
And when it's moist, and so when the sun sets and we're at that dusk hour, they're gonna come up through the deck and they're gonna come out for the blood meal. Think about the amount of water you could fit in the top of your bottle cap.
Yep.
Just the bottle cap.
Mhm.
That's all a mosquito needs to breed, from
Wow.
egg to adult.
Okay.
Crazy, right?
That is crazy. Yeah.
Females are going to lay 300 eggs at a time,
Wow.
and she's going to do that 3 times in her life cycle, which is 5 to 6 weeks. So one female mosquito has now given you about 900 mosquitoes
Jeez.
on your property with just over a month.
Good thing there's no child support. Beware of the vernal pool.
It's when pools of water pop up when the ground is saturated. It has nowhere to go and can sit there for quite a long time. Enough for mosquitoes to lay eggs and hatch.
Mosquitoes can hatch eggs in a bottle cap full of water. They don't necessarily need a large vernal pool.
That's when granules are placed in these pools to kill the eggs from hatching.
Oh, this is just, oh my God. This is sandals. Mosquito.
So this isn't here all year round. It doesn't feed into a water source. And you know, it's just, it's here because we've had so much rain recently. And so this water has collected. Again, not something that I can empty, but I can use some of those all natural granules and put them in here to make sure it's not a breeding site for mosquitoes or ticks. Down trees like that, right? The piles that you see there, those are all sources for ticks, in part because those hosts will carry them there, right? So the mice that go, people have lots of like wood piles,
Yeah.
right? In the yard, maybe you have an outdoor fire pit, maybe you have a wood burning fireplace. Either way, you want to stack that wood away from the house. You want to stack it away from the garage, because field mice will go in there and inevitably you'll have ticks as a source for that. All right, so we've done a very thorough walkthrough. We've looked at those trouble spots. We've emptied some water, and now we're going to go ahead and we're going to get our equipment ready. Our main form of application is in a backpack blower.
Okay.
And so there's a whole process for getting that ready. But we tend to use one for the synthetic products and one for the all-natural.
Okay, and we
Is
used
it-
all natural
We
today
use all-natural today, yep.
because it got that sweet smell to it.
It does. It has a very distinct smell. Some people will ask for the garlic.
They'll ask for the garlic?
They'll ask for the
I
garlic.
would go for the oregano and the garlic. I would like to have an Italian scent around the house.
Nice.
If we have an edible vegetable garden that's having some sort of pressure, we can use the garlic paste. But it's not often a source.
Dressing. It's
like dressing, that's right.
dressing for your pre-salad.
Right. That's nice.
As Renee is ready to do battle, she begins to make up her witch's brew of mosquito martini, as I would call it, and then put it into the blower that is sprayed on the area surrounding the house. Making this home a safe zone for the unwannabes. Rambo has nothing on her.
I explain to people all the time, this is a partnership, right? We're going to apply product. I know it works. We're going to break the breeding cycle. But we don't want to have sources on your property because they can go from egg to mosquito. Do anybody remember? I talked to you guys about this the last time. A little quiz.
test. Oh, the test. So it goes from egg to mosquito, well, larvae in the water, swimmy.
Then they
finally-
become the
300,
spinners,
300,
right?
You got the spinners, right?
Yeah.
It
It looks just like that.
Right?
actually, yeah.
That's my new dance. Mosquito.
Can you pour like granules on it?
No. So you go from the egg to the.
So
Explain.
five
Could you
to-
just explain?
That was kind of fun though, just so you're like processing.
Right.
So that 5 to 8 day window,
Yeah.
the eggs can hatch and go through that full process. And
Right.
so female mosquito, like I said, 300 eggs.
So Renee had to explain to us again and again on the cycle of these flying pests. So much so, she confused herself.
So then they hatch,
Yeah.
and then they do that in the water.
Yeah, they call them.
What do
Now you've got me confused.
Yeah,
I
good.
appreciate that. It's
That's right.
contagious, among
That's
other
right.
things out here. They spiral, right?
Right.
So and you can see them. You can actually
Yeah.
watch this process in
Right.
a water source. Rather eliminate that source,
Right.
than watch them. But the scientists, obviously, and ophthalmologists are studying this.
And then from there, then they begin to get out of the water, become.
They've got to come out of the water, and their wings actually have to dry, and then they're going to go for that nectar meal.
We got quite an education today.
Yes, we did.
Not only is she a mother of two and a mosquito assassin,
But she was also a teacher in the New York public school system and then later became principal.
she shared with us some of her stories with her interaction with the students, and one in particular.
I recently received an email from one of he was in my second grade class, Francisco. His mother sent me an email to say, and I don't know how she found me because I'm not still with the school email, obviously. But she tracked me down and she said, I was going through Francisco's things, and he found a project that he completed with you, then Miss Cloutier, right, in Miss Cloutier's class. And I don't know if you realize the impact you made on him, but he's gone and he's going into the U.S. Marine Corps, and we're so proud of him. And so I get
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's why
Good
you
for
do
you.
it.
it's one of those moments,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
And so you don't always know, in that exchange that impact is there, but you believe it and you're doing the best you can,
Right.
and sometimes it comes back and you get that confirmation.
Yeah.
That's why you do
So
it.
that's why we do what we do, right? Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yeah,
So
that's great.
fortunate in that way.
I have to say, it's kind of cool being a part of the SWAT Brigade.
Thanks, Renee, for showing us everything that you already know about mosquitoes and ticks and fleas.
So this concludes another great episode of Behind the Studs.
On the road.
You never know what lurks in your backyard.
That's right. Like
Fleas, ticks,
mosquitoes,
mosquitoes,
Renee.
aka swatter.
If you're lucky, she's in your backyard taking care of you.
Geez, I learned so much today.
Me too.
I hope you did too, and we look forward to seeing you on another great episode of Behind the Studs.
On the road.
See you soon.